Oh my God.
Oh my God,
no!
Owen.
Oh God, why?
Who's gonna
Why?
tell Owen? Holy
Oh.
shit.
Oh my God.
I cannot believe that was, I mean,
Well,
Like,
it's
as
been fun,
close-
guys. It's been
I
fun.
mean,
You know, I warned you
but,
who
You
was
did.
safe from the TPK
right,
and
but
who was not. And you know, I'm sorry I may have gone a little overboard there in punishing the non-birthday wishers. So
that, I mean,
Yeah.
whoa.
You're up front. I can't. Nobody can fault you, man. Nobody can fault you.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, I tried to do that Facebook post, but
Right. Well, you know, I mean, who knew that an ancient white dragon's breath weapon would just wipe out a whole party of second level
Losers.
characters?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're not the idle eight so much as the icy eight now.
Well,
That's a-
I guess we're gonna roll up characters.
All right, time to roll into characters. Yeah.
That's a great verse, by the way, Chris. For those of us who recognize the tune.
Then I will ask about the migration pattern of the knucklehead trout.
Oh,
Sure, I tell her about the migration pattern of the knucklehead trout with my vast nature knowledge.
Yeah, make a nature check.
14.
I mean, they're kind of like salmon. They normally kind of make their way back up here in the springtime to spawn. And then, I mean, basically figure out they would definitely be hanging around while the fish eggs gestate in the cold, dark water. Yeah, absolutely.
So, with this information you are telling me, if we were to go on all of our adventures and come back, you could take me ice fishing, and the knucklehead trout in this loch right now will be the same knucklehead trout in this loch in about a week.
You know, despite the extreme conditions, the forest still provides plenty of game. Plus, we have the good berries. Why are you so interested in a frankly bland fish?
It is very important to me. I have followed him all the way here, and I will show you this weird looking compass with all the dials. I have followed him here, and I know where he is, but I also know that Garrett's life is more important than this fish. So we shall.
Are you absolutely certain that Garrett's life is more important than that fish?
Can we say we are only scientists? We never prove, we only support our scientific methods.
So what makes you say Garrett's life is worth more than the fish?
His husband looked really sad, even though I told him that Garrett should not have business and you should have business because you could get him back safely.
And you're sure the fish does not have anyone who cares about it so deeply as Garrett's husband?
I have to find this fish. I do apologize. It is but a necessity. I can release it later, but I must find it first.
Well, I will tell you. You hired me. Find the fish or find Garrett. It's your choice. But don't pretend one is inherently more valuable than the other. It's only what someone's willing to pay us for them.
Okay, it's people like you that I was locked in cages for the first 10 years of my life.
Oh, whoops.
People like you.
Dear, I will say that I will continue to employ you because I did employ you to show me around the 10 towns, but I found that this is what I was looking for in the 10 towns. Well, technically over there is what I was looking for in the 10 towns, but I would like to see the rest of it. So we should then proceed to save Garrett and then proceed back to Tourmaline, which is the other job that you were hired for. And I do believe I can help because I am very efficient at making good plans and you're very efficient at finding things. And then we can come back here and we can find the fish.
Whatever you say, boss.
So, you, as you're having this conversation, you come on round the bend and begin to enter the small, frozen, dark fishing town of, well, not so much fishing. The small frozen town of Caerconnig, whom I have graciously, have I not?
That was
You
very
sent us
gracious.
another of Cairn, not Koenig. You sent us one of Cairn.
Really?
No, I'm looking at Caerconnig.
Yeah.
So the way Roll20 handouts work is they just overlay each other. So if you haven't closed out the ones he previously shared, you're still looking at them.
All right. So you you enter the town of Caerconnig. Broad, you are absolutely aware of where Frozen Far Expeditions would be. It's in the little building to the like under the inn in that Caerconnig. So that is where you fully expect that Garrett and his companions went to purchase
Stuff.
stuff for mountain climbing. Yeah, that stuff.
Where they set out on their 3-hour tour.
Yes,
Three,
A 3-hour tour.
definitely no phone, no light, or motor car.
not a
So
single luxury.
I will lead the group that way then, unless anyone else has any other business. Maybe we need to go to the local taverns and search their chowder for the fish that Tax is looking for.
She's very confident the fish is not in Caerconnig.
Okay.
So you walk, I mean, you enter the street. You do see there in the upper left, right by the road, you come into town, there is a kind of a ruined care. So you assume that is where the town got its name from. You follow the road around to a house and you reach Frozen Far Expeditions. And Rod, you are familiar with a tennis who is a human. You're relatively certain he's in the same line of work you are. And
Is
there's
he an egg?
hmm?
Is he an egg?
He is absolutely an egg. And
Spell that name.
a tennis, Atenas. And you know that tennis has a partner assistant named Jarthra, who is a dwarf. And Broad, your confidence and your skills are supreme. You have no doubt that you are very good at what you do. You are also keenly aware that Jarthra is probably better at it than you are. Not probably. When it comes to going near Kelvin's Cairn, like if you were going to Kelvin's Cairn and you felt like hiring a guide, Jarthra would be the dwarf you would go to for the job.
Well, I assume Garrett is at least smart enough to recognize Jarthra's expertise.
Oh,
I will nod in recognition to them and
mhm.
walk over to Jarthra with Boy.
Right. Jarthra's like, boy, Broad, wait, why, Broad? Why is Boy with you?
Because Garrett probably got a bunch of idiots killed. You seen him recently?
Yeah. He came here a couple of days ago. Well, maybe more like 3 now. 2 or 3. I'll have to look at the calendar to get it correctly right. Anyway, it says, yeah, absolutely. He came by a couple of days ago with adventurers, I guess, 3 of them. There's a Goliath and a halfling and a tiefling, and they wanted to go to a little expedition to Kelvin's Cairn, and they came by. They got they picked up some climbing gear, and then climbing gear, camping supplies, stuff you'd need to survive out there. And then I think they went to the hook, line, and sinker to get some drinks. And then they spent the night, I think, at the Northern Light. And then they set out. But, this has been a couple of days.
Any particular reason they didn't hire you?
Well, supposedly they weren't going to climb Kelvin's Cairn. They were just going around it. But they got the gear in case they wanted to get up for a vantage point. The Goliath was going on and on and on about some werebear, polar bear. I didn't really pay attention. Garrett, I told Garrett where to go to make a base camp at Kelvin's Cairn. So I'm pretty confident Garrett himself didn't get them killed.
I'm not that confident.
Well, obviously something's gone wrong. So, and Jareth explains to you where he told Garrett to go to set up a base camp.
Yeah, I'll actually call Dalen over with that map and ask him to pinpoint where he told Garrett to go.
Okay. He looks at the map and he's able to point. He goes, now, I don't know exactly, but I told him, and he points to a place kind of at the foot of Kelvin's Cairn. That's where we always do base camps for people who want to climb it.
Are there any recognizable descriptors? And I point to Broad Yaga that he would be able to recognize as we approached, particular flat rock, particular set of tumbled trees and whatnot that the people with the parlance use?
Well, Kelvin's Cairn is basically a mountain of boulders and rocks piled up on top of each other. Imagine if frost giants were building a cairn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's able to point out, this map is not super detailed, but you're able to get a pretty good general idea. You think if you got there with a little luck, you'd be able to find it in probably half the time that it would take somebody to normally do it if they were just kind of going out there blind.
Okay.
Jarthra, could you give me and my associates a moment, please?
Sure. Go ahead, Broad. And,
Hi, gang. Tax in particular. Jarthra is absolutely the best guide you could possibly have for Kelvin's Cairn. He's even better than me. I say we give him all the information we have on Garrett. Tell him that Keegan will probably pay handsomely for Garrett's return, and let him do what he wants to with that information. And we go pursue the tasks that people are actually paying us for.
and as you're saying this, Boy is kind of barking and whimpering and making sad puppy dog eyes up at you.
And you could tell that like Tax is doing like really, really hard decision making skills in her head. And she's like, that fish, sad. Boryaga,
Yes,
what Jarthra could get there, but perhaps what took Garrett or what hurt Garrett could also hurt Jothra. Would it not be better if there were numbers, and wouldn't your bow be an asset to any saving party?
I mean, it depends on what happened to Garrett. If it was a couple of angry goblins, certainly. If it was a couple of angry frost giants, I'm gonna get you dead as soon as anyone else does.
And she looks super troubled, like very like torn, and she'll look at Siston and she'll look at Dolph and she will be like,
Tax, this is compilation. Okay, boy, I get you that you're sad. I want to go find your owner. That's what I want to do. I understand that you, and I point to Broad, only are in things for the money. But to be fair, I was raised in a society where money had no value, so I don't really have that ingrained in me. But being a hero has been my lifelong goal. That's what heroes would do. I say we go save them.
Siston?
How do you feel that we told Keegan that we would help and that there are ways of helping? But I would like to know more about Garrett. I feel like if it ends poorly because people are not taking the right kind of time or right kind of care, we would feel very badly. Keegan seemed like they would be lost without Garrett.
And then she'll go up to Varuk and look at him and be like, you are honorable. What is the honorable thing?
Don't need saving. If people need saving, that is what we should do.
Dalen, do you still have the thing that you said that I shouldn't have because people would want to hurt me?
Yes.
Do you think you could offer it or a portion of it to Jothra so he could help us as well?
We can always ask Jothra. Yeah, I'm assuming where he works, he is a person for hire, but they do have schedules of their own, but it is worth asking.
And Broadyaga, please don't think that this is at all in judgment of you. I want you to stay with me because I have so much more to learn about the 10 towns. It's just, I have a hard time with prioritizing human life over discoveries.
You're my employer. I feel no judgment. I do what you ask.
And Jothra's like, wait, did Keegan ask you to go find Garrett?
That is true. Keegan asked us. He has
Then-
paid nothing.
Then I'll lead you to the base camp. And we can figure out what to do from there.
Fair enough. Does that sit right with you, Tax?
Clearly still torn, she is looking to her party for reassurance.
I will tell you, I would trust no one in this world more than Jothra to lead us to where he says he will lead us.
Then yes, and she takes out her book and she writes a note.
So you guys are kind of in for a treat, and that Jothra and
Tennessee,
Ethra.
Athra.
Right there. Etna. A tennis.
A tennis.
Etna, Atenas, a tennis. They have a quick conversation. They open up kind of one of the little buildings, and you've heard the dogs barking. And there are 3 sleds,
Ooh,
and they pull out the dogs and they hook them up. And Etna says, well, we should probably try and go find him. Take the sleds, it'll be half an hour or so to get there by sled. So that should hopefully make things quicker. And so you can take the sleds assuming we're all going to go. Is this what we're doing or no?
Yep.
Yep.
So you mount up on the sleds. The dogs are well trained, so I'm not going to have you make animal handling checks, although less trained dogs might be there. After about a half an hour of sledding across the tundra in what feels like the best way to travel in the 10 towns you have experienced so far, like this is great. Like it's fast, you're not trudging. The dogs, well, they're sled dogs. They're big dogs. As you get closer and closer to Kelvin's cairn, Boy gets more and more excited. And then as you kind of get towards the base of this huge pile of boulders and rocks that just kind of stretches up into the dark sky, as you get closer, you see 2 tents pitched in the snow near an icy outcropping that acts as a natural windbreaker. Between the tents, there's an overturned sled. Still harnessed to that sled are 5 howling dogs. And it is very apparent that Boy was the 6th sled dog in that pack.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and cast a good berry so I can feed these dogs, and then go free and feed those dogs.
Okay. Well, you free them. They are very excited. Boys very excited. They bark and pretty rambunctious, loud barking and playing, but Boy, you can see he's kind of looking up Kelvin's cairn. And you are relatively confident that if you spent enough time and with Jarthra's help, you could pick out a path.
Quick question. You said the sled was turned over. Is it unusable? Is it broken, or was it just like turned over? And do I need to do an investigation check in order for you to answer that?
It's turned over. If you look through it, kind of looking around it, under the sled, there are 2 small crates. One is been, it looks like probably bitten and chewed open, and it's empty, but there's another crate, little small crate, and it looks to contain like provisions, food for a few days. So you're pretty confident that the dogs broke open one of the crates and that's what they've been living on.
I'm gonna search through one of the 2 tents. I like the end of my staff so I can see and hopefully not be surprised by anything.
Right on. Give me an investigation check.
Bendidos.
So the 2 tents are unoccupied. There's definitely evidence that 4 humanoids at one time occupied these tents. And you don't find any like personal belongings or anything, but I mean, you could tell these tents were recently inhabited.
Okay.
Taxa's going to be smelling the dog poop around
Solid.
to trying to figure out what's happening.
Broad will try to conceal his amusement.
That's a good plan number 2. I can't judge you for looking around for dog berries.
Joshua, do you believe that would they have left the dogs in this manner if they'd gone up Kelvin's Cairn, or would they have shorn them up some other way? Does this look like something bad happened?
Jarthra looks at you at your request. He goes, "No, I'm fairly confident that it looks like they tried to climb Kelvin's cairn. Maybe they were
Joe?
trying to get a better look."
We see stuff on the shared screen, but not on our own screen at this point.
Scroll down.
Thank you, Lisa. I was zoomed way, way, way in.
Me too.
Thank you. Never mind, Joe.
Okay. Anyway, you are able to make out a pathway up the mountain. It is a steep and treacherous climb, but you're relatively confident you could make it.
Yaga, do we keep our snowshoes on at this point, or do we shift those for other type of gear?
Well, Joe, what do I think?
You think snowshoes are appropriate for at least, a certain point. If it gets to be steep and rocky, then you would need climbing gear.
Got it.
Right.
Which Jarthra has brought with him, but you're really kind of hopeful that you're not going to have to break that out.
Yeah.
Right. All right, well, since we see a path, I'll bring Boy over to the path. Does he seem like?
He is raring to go. He is like whimpering, kind of like, like kind of like throwing his head like, come on. He's got to be up the hill.
I'm pretty sure we will find Boy's master somewhere down this path. Or I guess up this path, but
Understood. Yes, and I think we should probably, looking at the always mostly dark sky, move sooner rather than later. I look at Jothra and say, Jothra, would it be possible for you before you head back? I'm assuming Jothra is planning on heading back and not staying here.
He's like, if you're going up the cairn, and he looks up at it and he kind of points his way for you to get up there. He says, I'm going to build a fire, and I'm going to build a fire. Maybe check out the dogs, see if they're okay, get my dogs here. Thank you for feeding them, Broad. That's a real handy little ability you have there. But if Garrett or those other people that were with him are up there, the first thing we're going to need to do is get them warm.
that's very true.
If you're going to stay here, or regardless, if you're going to stay here or head back, I would ask you to just make sure that the tents are stable and reinforced before you leave, just so if we have to make a retreat, we have a place to retreat to. Fire, and I just toss a quick firebolt up into the air, shouldn't be a problem.
So I should be able to see that relatively easily.
And then I will go over to wherever there was clearly a fire before because they would have had a fire outside, right?
Yes.
I will just hit it with create bonfire.
Okay, well, you get a fire going and Arthur kind of looks at you too, and he's like, fucking magic. And
That's kind.
yeah. So
Um, I wrap my scarf up kind of loosely around my face, pull the hood down to where it's just kind of the eye areas pointing out, and point to Broad Yaga and say, after you. Ooh, and that roll, yeah, we're gonna do well.
Yeah, all right. Boy and Hoot and I will start trudging up the mountain.
I will, before you go, I do apologize because I understand that my weight might be slightly bad, but I don't believe that I'm going to do well climbing up there. I'm very wee, and I only imagine
Do
that.
you want to ride Hoot?
Yes,
Okay, that's all you need to say, Tex.
thank you.
Tex rides Hoot.
okay. Okie dokie. Well, I need a marching order, please, on the map.
Well, I will be firsty
I'll be lasty.
with Hoot beside or behind, depending on exactly how much width we have. Beside when we can, behind when we can't.
I'll be
I'm-
post boot.
And I am on Hoot.
Y'all don't know how to make lines. There we go. Stand up on where
Okay.
you? Oh, you're at the end. Got it. Got it.
All right. So if you will zoom out, please, Lisa. Oh, we should all be seeing the same thing.
Make my way.
So you begin making the climb, and it is steep and it is treacherous and it is, you know, less than great, but you are able to make good progress, and you make it to about, whoop,
Time for Lisa to go to bed.
so you make it to about right here.
All right,
And
I'll pull the tokens
the
up.
howling wind, the blowing snow, and the slippery ice make the climb treacherous. But ahead you see 4 mountain goats perched on a large rock formation around which you must navigate. And that would be,
Right here.
whoop. Yeah, that would be right there. So what will you do?
I will hold up a hand for everybody to chill out, and I will cautiously approach said mountain goats.
Okay. They
Fishing
start,
in my
they start bleeding.
fishing in my pocket for some kind of rations that mountain goats would eat, which in my understanding is basically everything.
Yes, yes, they okay.
Actually, I still have 5 good berries. So
Joe.
Yes.
I think Laura might be on a weird layer.
Why?
Because I can only see me and dim light, and I cannot see me on Don's map.
Mm,
Oh, actually, he was just over me.
Move a little bit. Yeah, she just sees like a very dark gray. I mean, I can kind of see the map, but she sees no other tokens.
It's just weird.
I wonder if like, because like I have dark vision, but there's no source of light, and so maybe you, since you don't have dark vision,
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, I don't have dark vision and I've got like global illumination going basically.
Which is, really kind
Why
of
don't you delete you
weird
and draw you back, drag you back out
because it's not.
I was gonna say refresh.
or
Or
refresh? Yeah.
refresh. Just curious, you guys continue on.
Yeah, I will pull out the good berry and cautiously approach the goats with my hand extended with the good berry plainly visible.
Give me an animal handling or nature check.
Oh, we are definitely doing animal handling. How about a 25, which is a crit?
So as you get closer, the goats like look your way. And one of them kind of sniffs and one of them actually begins to like hop down off a rock and sort of cautiously begin to approach you.
Once it's coming towards me, I stop my approach and
Okay.
just hold the good berry out in the palm of my hand.
And the goat comes up to you and literally eats the good berry from the palm of your hand. And he bleats happily. I don't know what goats sound like.
That's great.
Okay.
That's a good
And
goat.
then the other mountain goats kind of climb, hop, scramble down, and one by one wait in turn for their good berry from the ranger.
They each get a good berry from the ranger.
Well, they're still a little skittish, like they're looking at you, you're okay. Don't know about these other people, but you're okay. And they're
is-
definitely not hostile.
What does Boy think of them? He doesn't recognize any of them.
I mean, you're not really sure. Boy is still eager to keep going up the mountain though.
All right. I will keep my last good berry in my hand
Mm-hmm.
just in case something goes weird. And I will motion everybody to cautiously begin following me, hoping that the goats are, satisfied for now.
Right. All right. Well, you make your way past the goats. They a good berry does make them not hungry. So they are for the first time in a long time, they're not hungry and they don't. I mean, they're still kind of skittish around everyone else, but they let you pass. They're just mountain goats.
Right. All right.
They were going to be vampire goats, but we staved that off.
100%. Once we get past them and keep going, Tax will look at you in a little bit of confusion, and then ask, "But meat is meat?"
Sorry, what?
Right. What?
You, in how about this? It is in reference to when we saw the dwarf, and you were getting pieces of meat from it. You like said, "Meat is meat." Like food is food. We need food.
Yeah.
So I'm asking, meat is meat? Like, very confused. You can see that I am totally lost why we left 4 live
down.
goats, but we didn't leave the meat of a dead dwarf. I am very confused.
What's confusing you, Tax?
But we need meat. You said that meat is meat and it's survival. Is it because they're alive and we only get the meat from dead things?
Anytime you can progress without violence, you should probably do so. Because every time you initiate violence, there's a chance you lose.
Yes.
A dead dwarf is just a dead dwarf. 4 live mountain goats could knock us off this fucking mountain.
Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, by the way, I don't know what happened, but now everything is super dim for me too on my map.
Good.
I think it's
Supposed to be.
because
Okay, I mean, that's fine. It's just there was a change in what I was perceiving.
Well, and if you're fixing dynamic lighting, I definitely have light cast as we are on a
Oh.
treacherous hill.
yeah, I would.
I'm
I would.
happy to glow 20-foot radius.
Yeah, Broad wouldn't have.
I
gotten to
mean,
that.
you should be able to set that for yourself. So please do.
I think I can set a light aura on me. I think you have to do that.
You can set an aura on yourself.
Yeah,
But
you should be.
I
able
don't
to.
know if you can set a light aura that.
Yeah, I don't
helps
think I can set a light
anyone
aura.
else.
I think he has to right click on me and say emits light at whatever radius.
Right.
Is it bright light?
It will be bright light at 20 feet radius.
Mhm.
And I don't know if light has a dim light further than that or not.
Another 20 feet.
Yeah,
Okay,
another 20 feet of dim light.
my rules people there.
I just also happens to be the only spell I can cast.
All right. Anybody else doing that?
I,
Oh,
I
yes.
would do it on myself. I would cast light on myself just to help people. So we have somebody near the front and somebody at the end who both has light.
Oh, smart.
I would ask Brodyaga if
Yes.
light would hurt Hoot. Like if he was carrying a light source, would it hurt Hoot?
He might eat it, but I don't think it would hurt him. Her.
Okay. And then I will take out a ball bearing, cast light on it, and just have it and be like, do you want it? Or should I leave it here with Hoot?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Because I'm less likely to eat it.
What is the radius of your light?
5 feet.
It's all the same.
Now mine is tiny, non-magical. I can give it a 5-foot radius. So if you go 5 of the given circle, you have 5 additional feet.
That's actually really good because I would like to stay in front of the light spell radius, but having a tiny little light that I could hold in my hand to like quench, but open my hand if I needed to see something more clearly would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That is exactly what you have, sir.
Yeah, so I will stay in front of the light. But if I see something, I will be going very carefully and cautiously. And if I get to an obstacle I don't feel I see well enough, well, I'll, open my hand a bit, shine a light on it.
Your own little bullseye lantern.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the thing that lets you see lighting as a token or as a player?
Control L, pick one of us and hit Control L, and then you can see what other people see. You can see what that token you selected sees.
Right.
Okay. Well,
If you need to know what Tax sees, it's on the screen.
right. So I'm not really sure what this huge radius. Oh, Tax has night vision.
Yeah, she does. She's a little.
Cheaters. Filthy cheaters. Okay, I'm gonna do something, and this may plunge us into blackness.
Fine.
Okay.
Thanks for telling us, though.
No, not really.
No, that looks pretty much the same to me.
Okay, so let me try something else, which again, may be a little late for this, but
Hey, look at that picture I posted. There we go.
Except no skulls, yeah? Because we did notice the skulls, right?
huh. All right.
I posted the silly picture.
Well,
What are you trying to do, Joe? Can I help?
I don't think so. I don't think it really matters.
Okay.
I have some sources of faint light because you're not like literally wandering in the darkness.
Yeah.
But anyways, carry on. You pass the goats.
Alright, I'm putting auras on myself for my light, even though it won't help anybody else, but mainly they're there for me. By the way, and this is, never mind, this is some minutia, some Roll20 minutia I'll get into with Joe as a DM later,
Okay.
but yeah, so I have a little bitty light and I'll just be proceeding ahead of these guys until something tells me I shouldn't.
Okay. You climb higher and higher. And I want everyone to be aware that this particular map does accurately sort of represent the climb, but it does a real terrible job of showing elevation. So
Right.
it is a pretty steep climb. You are
Okay.
climbing higher in elevation at a pretty good rate.
Okay. We're working our way up.
Yeah, I'm trying not to
It's
get
like home.
too far ahead so that we're still giving Joe adequate time to react to where we are on the map.
No, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. It's fine. Nothing terrible. What bad could happen here?
Really,
Oh, all sorts of bad.
it seems like we're in the Candyland. Jay, I think you can select you and Hoot and then move you all together as a group.
I know, I
Okay.
can, but I'm being lazy, which is actually leading to more work on my part, which is
Wow.
usually how being lazy works.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's fair. All right, we've gotten to here. And now I see something Broad doesn't see, but Jay sees something up ahead that looks like it might start to be a problem. It looks like there may be a treacherous climby path to our north and then like a natural bridge that is horribly precarious. I'm just guessing. But I'm gonna wait here until Joe says something.
All good.
Well, you get right about there. Oddly enough. And you've made your way up.
Here's your way.
I had to reload again.
Ah.
Just keeps.
And you hear a weird sort of rumbling noise above you.
Oh,
A pretty serious rumbling noise. And you're now several hundred feet up the mountain. And you come to this glistening expanse of white snow. As you get towards the end of it, you hear a loud crack from higher up the mountain, and a rumbling noise, and the ground starts to shake.
I yell at everybody, get close to the mountain.
It's
I'm literally standing on it.
it's an avalanche,
Oh no.
and I need you to all roll initiative.
Okay.
Against an avalanche.
That's right. I'm gonna,
Make
I
sure to
shoot
select
an
your token.
arrow at the
Oh,
avalanche.
oh yeah.
Turn tracker. We got to wait for the turn
Wait for
tracker.
the turn
Oh,
tracker.
whoops. Okay, that count doesn't count.
All right.
Oh my God, I rolled a 1. I need to be done with rolling 1s for the day.
Woo, look at Dolph.
No, don't have me be first. I don't want that.
I do have a small question. Since I am on top of Hoot, how does that work?
Well, if you intend on riding Hoot, there's going to be some animal handling checks involved. So that's up to you. But other than that, on a mount, you use the mount's movement.
Okay.
But initiative,
I've been-
but for casting a spell or something, your initiative still is your
Yes,
initiative.
your initiative is still
Yes.
the same. Movement happens on that. So here's how this is going to go. The avalanche is approximately 200 feet wide,
Oh,
100 feet long, and about 30 feet deep. So I need your marching order, which we have that right there. And the Varuk, is that Varuk? Is that right? I can't see there.
Mhm.
Yep, that is indeed. No, that is Brajaga. Brajaga, the avalanche is directly overhead of you, the edge of it. You need to get out of the avalanche's path.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have guessed.
I
But
know.
okay.
I know.
So when you say edge, is the rest of it to the west? Or is the rest of it, gonna squarely hit the rest of the party?
So to avoid this, you need to get at least 100 feet away from where Brajaga is.
Ooh,
The
Which
trick
is away.
so let me bring up the thing.
okay,
So we can't go, there's not enough room on the map
yeah.
for east.
Well, I figure it to be something like this. You need to make it somewhere over here.
I don't see where you're pinging.
Oh,
for
it's
here.
because I'm not doing the thing. Like I said, this map scale's a little wonky. You need to make it over here before the avalanche buries you all.
we can't go to the east to get out of the way.
Well,
Doesn't
there's
look
the
like it.
climb up this way.
No. West is left, east is right. We were
Mhm.
coming from the east. Can we go back the way we were coming?
Yes, that's absolutely the way you need to go.
Okay.
Oh, so we need to go back the way we were coming,
Correct.
but there's not 100 feet to go.
Right.
that's why you might
So
only
just
go-
make it, as far to the east as you can go. At least that's what you're thinking, because the avalanche is coming. And right now it is about the avalanche, Rod, if you had to guess, you would say it's approximately 500 feet above you. And it's going to come down. So you need to boogie.
Yeah, I just motion everybody else like back the way we came. Hurry.
Are we doing initiative order movement? Or what do
Yep,
we do?
we're doing an initiative order movement and movement rates and everything else.
All right, so let's put the turn order in descending order, I guess.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I should probably do that over here. Descend.
What was the name? Oh no, we must only be seeing our own names. Okay, cool.
How are you only seeing your own names?
Laura and I both only see our own name, but I don't think it's anything we
I-
need to worry about right
Yeah,
now.
I think it's because we've selected our tokens to go out. Initiative order.
Okay. Are we ready?
also going to cast resistance on, well, I guess I'll have to wait till my turn. My bad.
So Joe, are we starting with turn or do you need
Yep.
more time? Okay.
Start the turn.
All right, I'm going to move to here with my full movement, and then I will be using my action to go another 30 feet. Well, okay, so that's 10, 20, 30. Okay, there, to get to there. And then that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna follow.
Hey, guys,
Yeah,
Jay would like to meta say something to his fellow players right now, and that is this. Obviously, dashing for extra movement is a great idea right now, but I will also remind you that taking the dodge action gives you advantage on dexterity saving throws.
I think I already have advantage on dexterity saving throws, but thank you.
Well, if you do, you do.
awesome. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the extra movement. And once again, I'm not exactly sure where Allie is because my map has reset, but I'm assuming it's around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see it on Don's map. And I don't think I have any full reactions. No, I have an opportunity attack. I'm gonna attack
The
The
darkness.
the
darkness.
darkness.
Oh,
All right.
Absolutely. All righty, Varuk.
I am going to go here, staying as close to the cliff wall, and then I'm gonna slam my pick into the mountain to brace myself.
All righty then. Dallin. Wait, nope, that's not right.
Should be bell attacks.
Yes, it is. It is bell attacks.
I am going to cast resistance on Hoot. And I'm going to, I guess, preemptively take an animal handling. I'm just going to hold on a bit tighter, essentially. How do you want me to roll that?
Well, that will depend on Broad Yaga attempting to direct Hoot to scamper away.
Okay.
Although Hoot's probably intelligent enough to know that it's time to get GTFO, right? Would you say?
I would say.
Okay, so if you would move Hoot whatever distance is appropriate, that would be awesome.
All right, Hoot has 40 feet of movement. So
Very
let's see where Hoot can go. Yeah,
oh no, Varuk.
yeah. Hoot is also going to take the let's hang
Camper
out.
action.
Yeah, well, no, Hoot's gonna take the let's hang out next to the side of the mountain and cling on for dear life. She has talons. I'm sure she can grab something.
All righty.
And Tags
So,
is going to move yourself over with her.
As she moves, she's there. The avalanche moves 300 feet down the mountain. It is now 200 feet away from you.
All right.
Broad. It is your turn.
All right. Let's see. I should have enough if I dash.
The mountain punched back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to move and dash and get on the other side of Hoot. Give her a little reassuring pat on the rump. Not a start galloping pat on the rump, just a, hey girl, how's it going? Pat on the rump.
All right.
And then, yeah, cling to the mountain.
All righty. So, where'd that blue line come from?
I'm thinking, is that about the outer edge of where we're thinking the thing is coming down?
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
Dallin, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna run that direction. So there's 30 feet. So let me move my character 30 feet. And then I'm gonna use my action to move another to here and kind of hide up against this cliff wall right here.
Okay. So as you get to that place, the avalanche catches you and slams down the mountain. I need the three of you, including Hoot, to make strength athletics checks, please.
All right, Hoot. That's not good.
The avalanche
That's-
moving twice in a
Oh.
round?
Yes, it
Oh.
is.
Got it.
And Varuk, yeah. And Hooch has resistance, but not,
Advantage.
not
Yeah.
guidance.
Right.
Okay, so this is a DC 15 strength athletics save.
Is
If
it a
you-
save or a check?
It is a save.
Okay, then Hoot gets an extra D4.
Yes,
Okay.
she does. She does.
Oh, and that means she made it.
Wow.
Okay. Those of you that did not make it, take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. You are buried under the snow. You are blinded. You are restrained. And you have total cover because you're buried in the snow.
Question,
Yes.
strength saving check because I'm on who? What do I need to do? Do I need to do it?
You also need to make a DC 15 strength saving throw
Yeah, you'd be swept right off the back of Hoot.
or take 2 whole points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, let's hope I roll real well. Well, I'm gonna take that 2 points bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the avalanche is still taking place, but you three and Hoot are buried in the snow. It goes back to Dolph, and you have just narrowly missed the avalanche coming down the mountain, much like Jane said it was going to happen.
So
it-
I'm buried, Hoot and I are buried in the snow even though we made our save. That's fine if we are, but,
You are. Your save was to determine how much damage you took.
okay.
Yeah, not getting out of the way was the only way to not be buried.
That makes sense. I accept it.
It is a wall of snow and ice and rocks and other assorted nastiness.
Probably, and Garrett's corpse and his friends.
Possibly. Possibly.
So the avalanche is still happening.
It is.
Got it. Cool. I'm gonna
There
move.
is now like in front of you, following that well, the blue line that was there. There is a torrent of ice and snow just rushing down the side of the mountain. At about, if you were a betting man, which I'm not saying you are, but if you were, you would guess it moves about 600 feet around.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna stay right here and I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn. I moved a little bit, but not like to get in the way of it. Just a little.
Okay. Assistant.
I like that move. I want to copy it and be enthusiastic about that same thing. I have to keep reloading my map for some reason, but that's okay.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna against this, take my movement, get against this for the wall and take the dodge action and try to wait for it to stop. I'm not going to call out loudly to any of my friends, even though I'm very tempted to, because I worry about other avalanches things. Although I don't think anything could be heard above this racket.
Very good. Varuk, you are swept along by the torrent of ice and snow, and you find yourself about right here. And in fact, that's just going to happen to all of you that were caught up in it.
If at any point I'm tumbling and I enter open air before I re-enter snow, you hear Varuk going.
right.
Hoot made that. So Hoot, I fall off of Hoot. Hoot stays up there.
Well, like I said, once you're caught in it, you're getting moved with it. It was just to determine how much damage you take from the initial hit.
Okay, cool.
Right. And Tax, as after you feel the snow moves another 300 feet down the mountain. Broad, you find yourself in this new position. Dalen, Dallin, it is your turn.
DM,
Yes.
if in that same instance, if I do make open air, I would like to use my reaction to flop down my shield and land on it. And
Unfortunately, you do not crest air. You are buried within the avalanche.
don't ruin my moment.
Right? I know.
If
All
I
right.
am still on Hoot, I am casting anytime, like even if I'm not breathing, I'm just holding on and casting resistance on my.
Alrighty. You know what? Make a dexterity save or animal handling check, which your choice.
I will do dex save because I am better at that.
Okay.
I mean, not much, but
You have become separated from Hoot. You're super disoriented. You are literally blinded. You are snowblind. And you can't see, so you're not really sure where Hoot has gone.
then I am casting resistance on myself.
Very good. Dalen.
I'm using my action to cast shape water, and I'm building kind of a ice ramp so stuff will slide past me if it comes over this direction rather than on me, and keep me a area to be underneath. And yeah.
Very good. All righty. The snow continues its torrent down the side of the mountain. You feel it. You feel the shaking and rumbling of the ground, the snow cascading past you. And then, just as suddenly as it started, it stops. And there is a good layer of snow. As you look back up the mountain, it appears to have kind of slid far enough down to where your path up will not be too terribly impeded, but your path down is, it's snowbound. And you have friends buried in that snow.
Well, they don't know they're buried, right? They don't know where we're buried?
They do not.
Okay.
Where is Dog?
He's somewhere buried in the snow. I don't know. Is anybody keeping up with him?
I mean, he was basically with me as lead.
All right. Well,
So-
he'll be within 5 to 10 feet of you then.
Well, I am digging, once everything stops, I'm digging through where I believe just south of Hoot is, trying to find Tax.
Okay.
And I will be.
Hang on. What can you do when you're restrained in 5e?
Well, I'm
So,
not restrained, so.
Okay.
well, if you were buried, you were blinded and restrained. You
Ah.
can attempt to dig yourself free as an action with a DC 15 strength athletics check, not save.
Hold on.
I'm gonna grab our touch ring on my hand, and I'm going to do magical tinkering with it, and it's going to emit a non-verbal sound, and it will literally just be beep, beep.
Perfect.
Taxes black box.
Joe, as soon as I can, I move to where they are and I'm just Moses parting the water, but anything to snow and ice, I move. The rocks, obviously, I can't move with the shape water spell, but I will just start trenching to wherever I hear that sound.
Okay. You kind of make your way to it. You will need to probably, just because you don't want to like move ice or snow at some point, you will have to shift to digging.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my,
When do I not want to move ice or snow? Oh, you mean when I get to just dirt? Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
when you get over to where they are, because I'm not sure how you're doing the control water thing.
Cantrip.
Well, all right. So you're able to dig. I don't know how far it is.
5 by 5 by 5. 5 by 5.
Okey-doke. Well, you can make your way over there. It is going to be slow moving though.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, both Broad and Hoot should have been able to free themselves. with
You
those
you
rolls.
burst out from under the snow. Pwah! Powder going everywhere. And you look around, you pull yourself free of the snow, and you look around. Man, I would have probably become exhausted if I'd stayed in there much longer. And you end the blinded and restrained conditions,
Yay.
and you are standing, or probably more like laying, on the fresh powder of the now nascent avalanche.
Yeah,
Somehow Tax rolled a 15 in athletics. It was the scaredest she's ever been. And
Well,
somehow she mustered the strength.
She pops her way out with a shocked and surprised look on her face, looking around like, what? Huh? What? How did I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die.
I just look at her and go, shh.
Right? Varuk, make your check. Oh yeah. Yeah. You handily, I mean, to be fair, this is not your first time riding snow down the side of a mountain. And you burst free, kind of handily making your way up and out. You look around. You don't
Chris, you're muted, buddy.
you don't see Boy. So somebody should probably find the dog.
I start digging around in my immediate vicinity for Dog. I will start in this square here.
Alrighty, make a DC 15 strength or athletics check.
Chris,
No.
but it looked like you were talking. What'd you say, bro?
Just nonsense.
But I want to
So-
hear Farouk
so-
nonsense.
Broad, you spend about a minute digging around in the snow, and you find Dog or sorry, boy, and he is very happy to no longer be buried alive.
Oh, good.
Okay.
You know what? I'll give him my last good berry.
He eats it very appreciatively, and he is he's kind of stunned. He's a little shaken up, as are you all, I would imagine. When I said
Yeah.
your path down is pretty fucked, your path up is less fucked.
I wonder if Jartha or Jarthra or whatever his name was, wonder if he got out. Actually, I tried to tell if I can see from here. I'm not going to go back and investigate, but I look in the direction of where our camp was. Can I tell if the camp got buried? Not our camp, but you know, the camp where we found the dogs.
You don't think it was.
Okay.
I mean, you can still see like at least one of the tents. I mean, it's dark, it's dim, it's crappy. So you're not 100% sure. It doesn't appear that
That's good.
yeah, doesn't appear.
Tax will whisper, "Will fire help melt the snow?"
Right now, we just need to get up this mountain. We'll worry about the rest later.
Okay. May I please get back on Hoot?
I give Hoot the old once over. I mean, she didn't take damage, so
Yeah,
she
Hoot
should
is
be all right.
Hoot is a little frosty, but otherwise okay.
Yeah. And once I make sure Hoot's okay, I give Tax the go ahead to mount up.
All righty.
I'm kind of like not jogging, but kind of just jaunting and like pumping my fist in the air. Be like, "Da-da-da-da,
Right.
Farouk, are you okay?
da-da-da-da-da-da." I'm just
Did
myself.
Farouk, did you punch the mountain?
No, the mountain punched me, and it was great.
We should write a song.
But there's already
Vader's eyes are quite large. Look at this whole thing going like, what the actual? This is not good.
Assistant, if you look up in chat, like a few ways up, Varuk did indeed hum and put down an entire, I think that's the chorus, yeah, Varuk?
well, no, that's not the chorus, but
Ah,
there's some lyrics.
I
Verse-
go look at Tax and make sure Tax is okay. And does Goodberry give a 1 temporary hit point?
No, it straight up cures 1 hit point.
Okay.
What does?
Good berry.
Good berry.
Yeah, that's the thing I've been giving out, just like candy.
Just passing them out. Just like, hey, have a good berry.
I am out of them now, though. Although I still have spells, so if we need more,
Well,
I'm sorry, mister. Who did you give the good berry to?
so I cast the spell. Everyone got a good berry at the beginning of the day.
I meant the last one after you gave the ones to the dog.
Right. Then I gave 5 to the dogs that we found,
Mhm.
and then I gave 4 to the mountain goats, and then I gave 1 to Boy. So that's 10. I'm done.
I'm gonna go up to Tax and I'm just gonna like put my hand on her shoulder and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she heals 2 hit points.
sweet. I will say that was disorienting. I was up there, now I'm down here. That had to have the force of, and then she is doing math in her head. Like that is her level of, like, this is very interesting. That was disorienting. I need to, and Jay, or rather Brodyaga, if you look over in her book, she clearly has plans for a harness, not to harness Hoot, but to harness her to Hoot, to cause Hoot the least amount of damage and her the most amount of security.
Interesting. I'll file that away for later.
All righty, you begin your perilous climb back up. Boy seems to be somewhat frantic, but not terribly so. You wind your way up and you make your way. You're able to make the little climb here relatively easily.
Then we head up this way.
Just FYI, we probably have about, I have probably about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, to get to 11 at the latest.
All righty. So when you get right about where you are,
Okay.
boy gets super excited, starts barking like crazy, and kind of scampers out ahead of you. And he begins making his way down this path.
So he's heading like over towards here eventually.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna move down to where it gets wide again, and I'll back up if you need me to, but that's where we're
Alrighty.
going. I mean, it's pretty much, this is the only way to go, so.
Right. So I'll wait for everybody to get there. Is everybody there? No. We're missing some people.
Okay.
There you go. I will assist. Boop. And boop. All right. Which is good, because now I'm going to grab all of you.
And cast fireball.
Yeah.
Oh,
It would be
that's where
warm.
Jezra was.
All right. Right about now, you guys are like, man, I was Jezra here. Jezra.
Be warm.
Fireball and shit.
Fireball in that avalanche.
You make your way to a little wide spot in the cliff, and boy runs out ahead to somewhere in this area, and you see, you reach a step, a steep snow-covered incline dotted with jagged rocks. Lying face down in the snow, barely conscious,
Oh,
is a humanoid in blood-stained, cold weather clothing. And boy rushes over to him and just loses his damn mind. And barks and goes on and on
and
and
Ow.
on.
Where is this?
Here, I will show you.
Well, I go over there.
yeah,
Feel like I'm
And
a
I
large
kind of
creature on this
hurry.
map.
you do feel a little big.
I'm like 5 by 5.
So from a casual glance, do I think this is Garrett?
You are absolutely, relatively, almost 100% certain that this is indeed Garrett.
I look around for the people who hired him.
Nowhere to be seen.
I'm gonna kneel down and do that. So 7 points of healing.
Okay, you should all be somewhat around the right size now.
All right, so why does it look like he's bloodied? I mean, does he have cuts? Does he have bruises? Does
So
he have-
he is definitely yes, he's wounded. It looks, make a survival check. Broad.
Gladly. 14.
You've seen wounds like these. This looks like it came from a Yeti.
Ooh.
And as you cast the healing on him, Garrett indeed comes to. Boy is just licking him and going crazy and barking and everything. And Garrett, you could tell he is exhausted and he's, definitely wounded. But he says, oh, boy, you found me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm, he looks for a second, he goes, Broad?
Hey,
Oh,
Garrett.
I am, oh boy. So, thank you. I guess I don't know how long I've been out. So he's not in danger of dying, but he is exhausted and he is definitely not in great shape.
Oh.
It says there was a Yeti and it surprised us. They're higher up the mountain. I was able to lure the Yeti away from the others and got it to chase me, but he caught up with me. But he wounded me, but he stopped following me. I don't know what happened. Do any of you have a passive perception of 17 or higher?
Nope.
I believe Hoot does if it relies on sight or smell.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
that's good to know.
She has an 18, but hearing, no. Hearing's just a 13.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need all of you to roll that initiative as the scream of two crag cats catches your attention.
Nope, till he gets the turn order up.
You want to get the turn order?
I will.
Because I don't want to.
Yours is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've actually redone Roll20 fairly recently that the turn order, even if you don't bring it up immediately, it takes like recent initiative rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, there's some 11s there.
Yeah,
I don't know
What-
why it didn't show up on the thingy.
Was your token selected?
Yeah.
We got some 11s and 12s are fairly popular this time around.
Right, Yaga, my deck is a 14.
yeah, mine's better.
Okay.
I don't know why. I almost always have that box checked. Let me go find that box.
Joe,
where it adds the
add me or should I
tiebreaker.
roll again?
Hmm?
Do you want to manually add me or shall I roll again?
Mm,
So Lisa, you could add you and then you could adjust the roll. You could roll again and then roll to your original roll.
Okay. See, it says that I don't have my token selected, but I'm on my damn token.
Are you sure you're not on? Well, I believe you. There she is.
Well, 21 isn't my roll, but
so you know what's kind of dumb is this stat block for the crag cats doesn't have a thing to roll their initiative.
Really?
Really?
Is
Yeah.
it in D&D Beyond?
It's yeah, it's in D&D Beyond.
All the D&D Beyond stat blocks have, if you have the roll 20 or the Beyond 20 app in,
Yeah,
They
no, no,
should.
I mean, I do. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Fine, do it this way. Lame.
D&D.
All right,
uh,
there it
Jay,
is.
out of curiosity, do you need to move Hoot?
I mean, Hoot would have been relatively near me, but
Okay.
Hoot's not really a combatant at this point in time, so. But you should see something.
Well, I see Hoot, he's just far away. I was
Well,
gonna,
I know, I'm saying Joe should see something like this.
For
And if
what?
you
For
click
who?
that- For rolling initiative on monster stat blocks.
No, I see it. I had to. It shows up in the roll 20 character sheet, but on the appendix, there's just not a thing.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, these things are these things are large, they are monstrous, and they are hungry. They are huge white cats. Well, I say white cats. In Tin Towns, they're known as hunters of men. And they have picked up your scent and have decided now is the time to strike. So they go, "Meow." Yeah, that's probably not great.
I went from going first to going last.
Good job.
All right. They make it that far. And yeah, that happens. They are looking to get close to you and hungry and angry and catty,
Mhm.
very catty.
I mean, we could just give them Garrett and run.
True.
Nah, that's probably not going to do it. Have I mentioned they're large and monstrous and
Uh-huh.
hungry and
And you're
angry?
But are they
Angry.
large and in charge?
They are indeed large and in charge.
So Baruch, I think you're at the top of the round, although I don't know where the cats are in the round.
They
they
The
are
cats just
first.
went.
Oh, good deal.
I'm gonna take the dodge action. I'm going to clang my shield with my weapon and kind of howl at the cats. And then when I get over to tax, like, stay behind me. That's it. That was my action, is to dodge.
That's what you got, huh? Okay. System Song Sayer, Rajaga, you are up next.
All right. I am going to target the northmost one. Just because, you know, I can. That's something I can do.
That is a thing you can
That is a
indeed do.
thing. And cast. Is it a cast?
You are behind a rock.
Oh, well, then I have to get where I can see him. So I will move,
Or like just 2 squares up.
yeah, to where I can see him. And then I'm trying to cast within this, and if I can't do it here. Did it? Yes, unweaving toll. You'll hear a chime or a bell that sounds a little bit like the strum of my instrument as I hit my shield, and there is a instead of the clang that you would imagine my shield would make, you hear this toll come over and reverberate through the place.
I must make a wisdom save. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What is your DC? 14?
That bell, that matches my song.
It really does.
Okay, if the target is missing any of its hit points, then it takes 12D.
Yeah, but he made it.
Yeah, he made it.
All right. Then I will come back. And where is Garrett in this?
Garrett is right here.
Right here. I'm gonna go next to Garrett and do the rest of my movement.
All righty. Rajaga.
Wonder if I should just keep trying to solve all our problems with good berries, but something
Yeah.
tells me that's not gonna work.
Now they're called the hunters of men, not the hunters of fruits.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. You have
Well, at least they're not-
absolute 100% confidence in the fact that the only thing these cats are interested in is the taste of your hot blood running down their throat as they consume your flesh.
Alright, so this one. Sure, we'll go with this one. The
All
bottom one.
righty.
I will use a bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
If this hits, he will be designated as my favored foe. And I shoot him.
Do it.
That is not gonna hit.
No, it is not.
Especially if you try to shoot like that with your foot.
Hey, it's more
Alright.
fun that way.
That's with
well.
a +8 too. Wow. All right.
Yeah, I've been rolling shit tonight, except for a few choice occasions. Like,
Right. So is Hoot gonna hoot it up, or is this a hoot nanny? What do we got here?
who doesn't really have any available actions until I officially become a Beastmaster at 3rd level.
Ah,
So,
Okay. Well, then it doesn't matter.
and
Is
I'm
that it
trying
for
not to
you?
exploit it. Yeah, that's it.
Dallin. Why am I saying
I say Dalen. so you're right.
Dalen?
Yeah.
Dalen. All right,
Um,
Dalen. Tax, you're up next. Dolph after that.
Targeting the north one, I fling a hand out in front of me, or articulate some words, and 3 arcane bolts fly out from my fingers, doing 6 points of damage.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 6 points of damage. I rolled a 1. Lovely.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna move over to here.
All righty. That makes a yelp. Why am I not? Hang on just a second. All right, let's try that. See what happens there. Okay. Whoa. Don't know why that changed.
Oh, I do.
I do too. I just realized it. There we go. That's better. All right, Dallin, you done?
I'm done. End of my turn. I've moved. I fired and I moved.
Right on. Tax.
I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Varuk, who is so very kindly putting himself in between me and the kitties.
What does that do?
Well, why does it keep doing that?
Mm.
You ward a creature within range against an attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. The spell doesn't protect the warded creature from area effects such as explosions from a fireball. If the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell that affects an enemy or deals damage to another creature, the spell ends. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's the thing about Sanctuary. Varuk is
Yeah.
probably going to break it immediately.
So never mind. And I'm gonna cast resistance on him because that's just good. That's just good. Erase, no sanctuary. He gets resistance, and then I am going to move my happy little behind 20 feet over here.
Run away. Okie dokie. Is that you?
That is me.
I would like to rage.
Yes.
You see Sandalphon just unsheath her great sword, and they yell out a large booming yell, and they seem to slightly glow. Like, not enough to give off light, but like they're glowing. And they run over to here, and they're gonna recklessly attack the cat in front of them.
Do it.
Great sword.
Yes. Hmm.
And they don't hit.
Quit stealing my rolls, Allie.
It must be the sudden appearance of the cats. Maybe it's because you're cold. Maybe there's some other reason as you've drawn closer. Who knows? But regardless, that didn't work out.
That's the end of my turn. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, this cat that well, who is this? This is Varuk. All right. Well, this cat makes it over here, and we'll do some things.
I am dodging as a reminder.
And do what?
But I am dodging as a reminder.
What does that give you? Advantage?
Disadvantage on attacks.
Disadvantage on attacks. Okay. Well,
Save
well,
the crit.
good for you. Does a 14 hit?
No.
It does not. Okay. Well, and the second one is going to look over at this puny thing that roared in something pitiful like rage, and it's just going to gonna lay into it. So you will attempt to swipe you with a claw.
Ooh.
He has
Is it
advantage, by the way, because I went reckless. I went reckless, so he has advantage.
whale? Will an 18 hit you?
Yeah.
So you might roll again because he gets a crit. Oh, there, good.
All right. So you're gonna take a whopping 9 points of slashing damage.
What does that round down to? 4 or 5?
It rolls it rounds down. So
Cool.
okay.
Quesos.
There we go. That's where we're at. Varuk. Varuk. Now's the time to teach this cat some manners.
I want a golden goose now, Daddy.
Right?
Not for one.
You know how a cat sometimes plays with its prey Yeah, you get the feeling that the cat's about to bat you around a little bit. Like, not to try to get you, just bat you around.
There's still some ice weighing my pick down.
And that's what it is. It's that recent avalanche survival.
Hey Joe, I don't know if Garrett wants to roll an initiative or if he's healed up enough or if he's just cowering right now, but just as a reminder.
Oh, I remember. He's gonna move back here. He's
Okay.
not super fast. He's exhausted. I don't think that actually does that. And didn't somebody heal him?
Yeah,
I did
Yes.
we're healed up.
7 points.
Okay.
Back up to there.
And he's scampered over there. And there we go. All righty, he's over there. He has no equipment.
Yeah.
He has no weapons. He's just barely alive, and he's exhausted. So this is definitely not his finest moment. Varuk, do you have anything else?
I backed up over to be in front of the system.
Oh, you backed up over there, huh? So what you're saying is I should take an opportunity attack, right?
That's entirely up to you.
I'm absolutely gonna make that. You're gonna growl and snatch at you, trying to not let's do the attack first there, homie. 17?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, well, his jaws snatch at empty air. He looks at you. Siston, you are up. Broad, you're on deck.
All right. It's not looking like
This is
it.
going to be some of the worst combat ever. It's like 5, 2, 3, 6.
There we go. So I'm gonna hit my shield again, and you again hear this really eerie toll as it reverberates towards that northern cat that just took a swipe at Varuk.
Just took a swipe.
Mhm.
Just took a swipe. Let's see what we do.
Yeah.
That is going to fail. Roll your damage. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Nope, that's not what I wanted you to do. That is 9 points of Grody Jack up the cat damage.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna shadow Garrett because I don't want him to. Don't you die on me. I'm
After
gonna.
all this bullshit.
Yeah. We're not gonna let you die.
All right.
Hey, Kagan wants you alive.
Right on. Okay. Broad, you are up.
All right, so the one on alley, which is the one that I marked,
Mhm.
I will attempt to shoot it again. And again, if it hits, I will call it my favorite foe. How about a 17 to hit?
Yay.
Yeah, that'll do it.
How about 18 points of damage?
Wow, that seems excessive.
Doesn't it? I'm gonna make sure that all of that is right. Yeah, D8 plus 4 dex, 4 for favored foe, and 3 for hunter's mark. That's all legit. 18 points.
Well, all right then. That seems fair. All righty. Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
Dalen, you are up.
Dalen's gonna move to here. Here on the boulders. See the one attacking
Dolph.
Dolph.
Mm-hmm.
And peer a bit into what is possible and seeing that if he does this action now, that thing should fall to the ground, and he's going to cast. Oh, there's nothing I was supposed to cast. Hang on. Let me open up the right thing. I apologize. Character sheet. Oh, everything minimized. Here we go. Belstar's Furious Fit, and he sees that this thing will make a wisdom saving throw of an 8.
You want to know what's funny?
What? I'm sorry, a 5. A 5.
I'm going to paste a little something in the Facebooks.
Okay.
Tell me if you think what you're trying to do there is going to work or not.
I don't know. You'd have to tell me if it would work.
I personally think it says it can't be targeted by divination magic.
So the spell I'm
That's
casting is not
enchantment.
the spell I cast is not divination. The thing I caused,
Well, then that's what we'll do. Okay, so
Okay.
what happens?
he just falls to the ground and falls prone.
Prone, huh? I don't know that I can give it another marker.
It
Okay.
needs another marker.
There we go. We're gonna give it that one. See what happens.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can. You can
It
just
looks like he has back pain.
He really
right. Well, it does probably from the arrow sticking out of it. All righty. Wow.
Oh, what? How intelligent are they though? Because if it's 4 or less, they're unaffected.
Oh, you're right.
Well, no, their intelligence is 4.
Oh, then it didn't affect it. 'Cause
So
4 or less means a 4. Yeah.
yeah. Oddly enough, everything you did seemed right. You absolutely twiddled your way through the realms of possibility. You did everything you think you should do. The cat's just too dumb to care.
Got it. All right.
It's
Too
like
stupid
it's
to
like the
die.
bug bladder beast.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? If he assumes that if you can't see it, it can't see you.
Fair.
All right. Tax. Dolph, you're up.
Oh, I'm gonna move back behind this thing. There you go.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Lay it on me.
From what I've witnessed,
Mm-hmm.
what would Tax's assessment of their intelligence and instincts be?
Instinct, super strong, intelligence animal.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try some weird shit. I'm going to take a little ball bearing and I'm going to imbue it with nonverbal sound. And the sound is going to be essentially of the avalanche that I just heard that fell on us. I want the little ball bearing to do that, and I'm going to toss it towards them. So it's going to sound like an avalanche should be coming on them.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to give it a wisdom save to look up and see that there's not a wall of white snow torrenting down the mountain, as these are creatures of the mountain. Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. What is your spell DC?
It's not it's a magical tinkering. It's just something I do.
All right, but what is your spell DC?
Oh, my spell DC is wisdom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it should be on
Um,
your sheet. If you're in D&D Beyond.
I am in D&D Beyond. Where for it to be?
Under your spells, it should say spell DC.
There's a spell modifier, spell attack, and save DC.
Yeah.
Oh, 13.
All right, then. Well, as we said, these cats are not super smart. And apparently, the sound of a oncoming avalanche is enough to scare it. So we'll see what happens on its turn. Is that all you're doing?
Yep.
Okay. Dolph.
Okay, so it's not prone, right? We established it wasn't prone.
It is not prone, no.
Okay, then I'm gonna go reckless.
Do it.
Did I hit?
Negative. You You swing your great sword and you just barely miss. Fail to make contact, swing and a miss.
I'm just gonna scream out in rage, and you see Dolph glow just a little bit brighter.
Nice.
That's it.
Okie doke. Is that all you got? Anything else? No? Yes? Maybe?
That's the end of my turn. Sorry, I muted myself.
Right on. Okay. So this cat is going to scamper over to there. And at the end of its turn, it will try and figure out what's going on.
Do I get an opportunity attack from it?
Does it go by you close enough to get an opportunity attack?
Like it did.
Well, it looks like it entered and exited your threat radius. So yeah, it's
do
kind
I,
of running for its little cat life though.
if I went reckless at the beginning of my turn, is this also reckless?
You think so? Anyone else?
I think it's only on your turn, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I really hope you're wrong. Not gonna lie, I really hope you're wrong.
No, doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn.
So
no.
yeah, that is during this turn. That is the whole
No.
turn, right?
No,
Or round.
her turn is
Oh, okay. Okay.
her
I got
movement,
you.
action, bonus action, etc. The round is the whole thing.
Gotcha, the round. So you sense that in some other world there is a dead cat laying at your feet. Unfortunately, it's not this world. And that is not your reality as the cat scampers by you. And it's probably that rage, maybe that feeling of rage that you have. You're beginning to rethink your rage. You're beginning to think maybe a life of peace and pacifism would maybe
Remy
suit your
already
purpose.
tried that. Remy already tried that. Let's be very clear. That
Multi-class to monk.
All right. So in the meantime, the cat that's in front of you is absolutely going to try to bite your raging butt.
Oh god.
And it is going to do that. And then it's going to do this. And you're going to take 9 points of piercing damage, divided into, I'm sure, down to like, I don't know, 4. Yeah. Cool. Super cool. Okie dokie. So this number right here, this one, the 22, that's the one that I rolled to see if the cat figured out that there was not, in fact, an avalanche going. So his turn is blown, but next turn, he's probably going to go look for something that chunked an avalanche at him. Maybe. Who knows? Okay. Varuk, you are up. Sistin, you're on deck. You guys are like swatting. Oh, okay.
I will have to use my action to dash to get over in range and plant my shield in front of him and taunt him with my weapon. That's it.
I mean, this is a crazy, huge. You've seen these things before. You know they're dangerous. They're loud. They're very cat-like. If you scritch him under the chin, though, he might purr. Probably not. Okay, is that your turn?
Yep.
Assistant?
All right.
You are up next.
The one that ran away, that I'd been targeting before.
That one.
Yeah, I'm going to come down to get a better sight angle. And then going to chuck a guiding bolt at it.
Oh, nice.
Nice. And the next attack on it has advantage. Is that correct?
It does.
Okay.
Man, that was not my, not awful, but not great roll on damage, but good enough. And so, yeah, next attack against it has advantage.
Well, that cat, it's that guiding bolt, the radiant energy kind of courses through it. Its fur is all lit up and singed, and this cat looking pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I'm going back and standing in front of Garrett again.
Okay. Yeah, that cat has definitely seen better days. Brought you
Same cat, same thing.
same cat time, same cat channel.
Yeah, if a
All
21
right.
hits, it takes 15 points of damage.
It does indeed take 15 points of damage. And yeah, it is with that, it like and it's like got a fur ball or something. Looks pretty bad. Looks super bad. Super bad. Have I
Excellent.
mentioned really bad?
You have.
Okay. Dallin.
Move up to here.
Uh-huh.
The last arcane bolt. Ooh, 2 on the crag cat next to me, 1 on the one up to the north. So 5, 5, and 5.
Okay.
One up north is dead.
Is it?
Well, it
It
just,
is now.
right. So actually, how do you want to do this times 2?
Oh,
Right through the just right through one to the outside, this little burn hole. As they kind of look up and you fall over.
And they both fall into the snow, expired, shuffled off this mortal coil at the hands of I don't know, the hell is arcane bolts?
The reskin magic missile.
Ah, gotcha.
But I like the question. What the hell is?
Right, what the fuck is that?
Dolph, seeing that they didn't get a single hit in, just yells out this big thing of rage, and they seem to glow, and suddenly like this thing of like light just bursts out of them for a second and dissipates, and the rage ends.
Well, you have 2 smoking cat corpses.
Radaga, is there anything other than the meat that's worth saving off of these things? Is the claws
Indeed.
worth anything?
Pelts. You like not freezing to death, right? Pelts are good.
Well,
Tax is 100% going to get samples of the fur, samples of the saliva, samples of claws, samples of blood, and like put it all in her thing, and then trying and smelling everything very, very closely.
The eyes are a delicacy, Tax.
kind of salty though.
Max, make
to eat.
make an investigation check.
Okay.
Pack cut for your loot.
Oh, yeah.
So you remember hearing tales of something involving catgut.
Does that have to do with loot strings?
Well, you're pretty sure it has to do with making sutures.
Ah,
So the intestines of these things, if you were able to bring them to someone who is learned in the medicinal arts, they might pay a handsome reward for them.
Oh, I would tell other people that just to give you, Joe, a heads up as my DM of what fuckery I'm planning. My little ball bearings that I can do nonverbal sounds to. I can also do smells. And I figure these are big fucking scary things.
They are indeed
So
Big
if I
fucking
have that,
scary things. The BFST. Yes.
if
the
I have
best-
this smell on me, I'm imagining that things would stay away from me. So that's what I'm trying to get. The saliva, the fur, I'm trying to.
There's going to be a gland
Replicate
on the
that.
back legs, upper end of the back legs. That's where you want to go. That's the smell you want.
Okay.
I feel as though this is the part where Broad should just like lead her down the wrong path. It's like, oh no, if you scrape there under their tail, you get that. Yeah,
Everybody's gonna
I'm just
say,
trying, I am just trying to make her eat an eyeball. That's it.
right.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
going to make me a little ice tent and sit and do kind of a short rest while they're cleaning cats.
Okay. I believe that this little scene where we are right here is going to be a good stopping point. You dispatched the cats. You have unlocked the achievement. You have gained the title Kitten Killers. So congratulations.
those were not kids.
The Idle 8 Kitten Killers. Vicious and brutal. So in the meantime, I'm going to drop us back onto the landing page. And we shall take a pause until next week.
I'm
Sounds
putting
good.
an end, season 1, episode 3 end on the 7th day of Flamerule. But the day